So Christopher Preciado is actually going with a whole different story as far as what actually happened that night when he met up with Savannah and Matthew. Let's get into it, okay? Christopher Preciado allegedly told cops Soto and Guerra had driven to his house to sell him blank when Guerra pulled out a weapon. So he is saying that when Savannah and Matthew pulled up to his house, that Matthew pulled out his weapon on him. The accused killer claims he wrestled Matthew for the weapon, unaliving him and his pregnant girlfriend in the process. So he's actually saying, I was trying to defend myself because Matthew pulled out his weapon on me, and, I just somehow unalived both of them in the process. It does not make sense. No, that's crazy. Police, however, stated the story is inconsistent with the headshot wounds both Guerra and Soto suffered, which is exactly, it's not logical. You know what I mean? You gotta come with, how are you gonna sit here now and say, oh, it was self-defense? Oh my God. There are a lot of reports, right, that I've read. Speaking of Matthew and going over pictures just like this of him holding large amounts of cash and showing off videos of the amount of money that he had. And because of this, you have people who will attempt to try and rob you. In Matthew's case, that has happened, right? They've even gone and said that, he's also been shot at before, because people have tried to rob him. Now, this guy is trying to say that Matthew pulled his weapon onto him. I don't even see how that's possible because, we've seen the videos, we've seen the photos of the amount of weapons that he had. He would have it in his car, he would have it in his house. If Matthew even thought that this guy was trying to hurt him or Savannah, I really feel like he would have pulled his trigger. You know what I mean? He would have handled the situation. I don't see how this guy, right, somehow was avoiding or wrestling with Matthew. I don't believe that story for a second. What I believe is this guy took an opportunity because he was not going to be suspected of doing what he actually did to Matthew and Savannah. He caught them when they were not suspecting it, okay? And he's the one that made that first move, and he also robbed them, that's just what I think. I definitely want to go into with the father, which is Ramon Preciado, and what he actually said about this. So this is Ramon Preciado. This is Christopher Preciado's father. Now, we got introduced to Ramon when they released the footage of the two persons of interest, right? We saw him pull up in his black truck. We saw him pass the towel, right? Wiping it down. We saw him do all of this for his son. Now, I did not expect him, when he did get into custody, that he was going to actually tell the truth and be honest. Doesn't have it in him. Because if he's gone as far as he already has when it comes to doing what he did for his son, why would we expect him to be honest and tell the truth, right? These two people are not humane. You know what I mean? For them to do what they did, but let's take a look at what he actually did say to the reporters. It's ridiculous. Now, Ramon also has a past. Again, the apple does not fall too far from the tree. Ramon Preciado denied the purported blank deal gone wrong theory, as he was placed into a police cruiser Wednesday night, shouting at reporters who asked whether he had any remorse. Always fake news. They said, "Aren't you sorry for lying about what you're saying?" He replies, "You don't even know what's going on. You just make stuff up like always," Ramon Preciado said. The Preciados were tracked down after police released surveillance footage earlier this week showing two men at the crime scene. Now, again, did we expect anything more of him? No, because, him and his son, right? Him and his son sat there for over a week, seeing the reports, seeing the stories. They had enough time to come up with their story, which is what they're telling the police now, which doesn't make sense. It's not consistent. They're both sloppy, they are exactly where they need to be. The reports of saying that the father got bonded out, he did not get bonded out, guys. All right. These two are still in custody, as they should.